Well, real quick, guys, before we get into the video, just wanted to say if you're part of 56% of people that watch these videos and aren't subscribed, come on now, put a new TCG video out every day, and make sure you go check out JGC Collectibles for all your codes, singles, and some sealed products as well, okay? Kieran Cottrell, okay, here's the elephant in the room then. So, what is the use for each GX Pokemon specifically / matchup wise? Also, what other GX Pokemon have you tested in this style of Mewtwo? So we touched on the second bit a little bit there with Guardian. So right now, I imagine this could take a while. So we'll sort of just go, I wouldn't say brief, a little bit of in depth, a kind of. But yeah, let's talk us through these off attackers. I'm going to bring up Limitless now, so we can have a little look.
Yeah. Sure, let me get it up as well. Just a bit of a refresher.
I love that way you get up as well. Alright, here we go. Regional Perth. There we go. Henry Brandt. Right, okay, right. So we've got 2 of the Solgaleo. We know what that does. Anyone that doesn't know what Solgaleo does, for 1 metal, you search your GX attack, search your deck for 5 energy, attach them where you want. It does say any, so you can attach specials. So that's what we're doing. We're attaching, I assume, let's have a little gander at the bottom. Got your Wolves and the Rainbows and got your units. So all manner of energies coming out there. So we sort of know what that one's about. We know what the ADP is about. Venusaur Snivy. Now, we touched on this a little bit. Did you ever actually use the attack, or was it just there for the ability?
I've used it before. It's a okay 4 energy attack when you I guess it has no drawback, right? And so if you don't have Reshizard, you only need to do that much. It's okay. Against Spell Tag Malamar, it's actually quite good because you can Soul Burst to the Venusaur Snivy, and then just leave it in the active and keep bringing things up without weakness. So that's pretty good.
Okay.
But other than that, no, that's not really for the attack. The ability is so strong.
Yeah, and the ability, guys, is. Does the Venusaur Snivy have to be in the active for the ability to work?
Yes.
So, the Venusaur Snivy, if it's in the active, guys, you can attach a grass energy. I'm assuming that works off the Aurora and Rainbows as well. And then you get to switch their bench. So it's like a Lysandre when you attach the active. It's kind of strong. Yeah. I played against that on the line. So you carry
Funny story against that quickly as well is that at the league challenge at the IC, I was playing to try and get stipend, and Pedro comes up to me and he says, "Oh, it doesn't work with Rainbow energy. Rainbow counts as colorless." And I'm like, "You're kidding me? Hello? No, you're no." And then he comes back 20 minutes later. He's like, "Oh, okay, I checked. It does." And I'm like, "Yeah."
About to say, could you imagine?
Had me scared. Yeah.
I've actually ran into a lot of Venusaur Snivy online because Rillaboom's like the most played deck on TCG for some reason. And I've started running into people using Venusaur Snivy. I'm like, here we go. Like, go on then, play musical chairs with me. But yeah, 4 for 160, I guess. No drawback, just a straight 160. I'm sure has its uses. Right, here's the Vileplume. Oh, I love this. I was like, oh, when I saw, because my mate, like I said, has been playtesting this for a while. I saw him use the Vileplume. I was like, oh, 2 for an 8. That's a good old hit. And then with the ADP buff, goes to 210. So yeah, talk us through Vileplume. What's the uses there?
This is, I guess, one of the more kind of just random cards compared to everything else. Just a little bit. Because it doesn't have as nuanced of a use as other things. It's just that 2 for 180 is probably the most. I think it is actually like the most energy efficient attack in terms of damage.
Yeah.
And so it just gets concluded. And the biggest thing, actually, it does have a specific reason, I guess, is that its attack cost is grass colorless, which means you can have a weak guard energy as part of the cost.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so that will let you knock out like a lot of like the Mewtwo against Mewtwo Malamar, like if they've used Clear Vision or if they've used anything, you can have a weak guard and 1 energy and then knock them out straight away. Same with kind of, I guess, Latios against Spell Tag Malamar if they've just Clear Visioned. And it's like never a bad attack to have. And it combines well with Reshizard because if they damage you to make you do less damage with Vileplume, you're suddenly doing more damage with Outrage.
Yeah, that's Jesus, yeah. That's something I'd fall into. That is, okay, he's using Vileplume. Let's just dink him a little bit. And he just goes, yeah, Outrage. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah, so just like I said, yeah, it's a good attack in a vacuum. Obviously, being on a stage 2, with no acceleration, you're like, oh, this is never going to see play. But yeah, just chuck it in the bin from Mewtwo, and all of a sudden, it's a great attack. Now, the Reshizard, we talked about this a little bit against slaying Yazations. Is it any other reason, or just being a full-on beat stick?
Its best reason in this deck is Outrage. So it's so strong, especially if you have a big charm, and it largely is Zacian, I guess, but it forces them to hit into you, and then you just go Outrage. Like... It's very strong. It was very good against Shadow Box as well, because they'll hit you to try and deny like your ability.
Yeah.
You can attach a Hood, or even you could kill the Mimikyu, using like Venusaur's ability and a fresh Mewtwo,
nice,
then suddenly your damaged Mewtwo is now a threat that's doing like 260 or 90 damage for 2 energy. And then of course Flare Strike is a no drawback attack that's just really powerful.
Yeah, I tell you what, that Outrage, I remember when we first saw Reshta, then I was like, oh my god, this is broken water. I was like, yeah, but have you talked about Outrage though? That is a sick attack. And like I said, yeah, now with a big charm, that's just, oh dear, oh my lord. Okay, what have we got there? Now the Blastoise, though, I think we touched this a little bit earlier, but I saw this and I was like, okay, I assume it must be just for some big nuke, because anyone doesn't know, it's a 60 for each energy you shuffle back in, each water I should say. But it seems quite costly. You can't obviously do that too often. So yeah, talk to us about Blastoise.
Blastoise is incredible. It was really one of the last minute additions that made the deck work. And so I was having a lot of issues with the Pikachu Zekrom matchup, because if you didn't lock them with Wobbuffet, you'd knock out the Pika, and then you have no way to knock out the Raichu, because you've used Soul Burst, which you have to mostly use in that matchup. And then there's kind of no way to knock them out, other than, say, Dragonite, but that doesn't really work. What if they have Big Charm? Too much energy. But Blastoise is really good, because this is what the maths is. So you attach, you Soul Burst, there's 6 energy. Next turn you attach again, you got 7.
Yep.
You use Flygon. That'll knock your Mewtwo out, you go to 4. You can bring up your Venusaur Snivy, because their Raichu will probably be on the bench.
Yep.
You can attach to it, bring up the Raichu, switch into your Mewtwo, and now you have 5 energy in play, which deals 300. And so the fact that the Blastoise takes energy off of the Venusaur means that the energy that you use for the ability isn't dead. It's actually adding to your damage, which is so good. Having energies just not be dead on your Pokemon is really good. And obviously just being able to spread the energy, because it's only 2 cost. So you can put 2 here, 2 there, 2 something else. And it also means that they have to deal with the Xerneas, because if they don't knock out the Xerneas, there's 180 extra damage for Blastoise.
Wow. So that you talk about it, that seems pretty checkmate. That's what I never get. But I'll be the Picon player. Okay, I got him here. Like, what's he gonna do here? And just Blastoise-GX hit the bin. You're like, oh, hold on a sec. 6, 12, and then you do the Snivy like 6, 12. Oh no. You're like, goddamn. Okay, so Blastoise. Did you say that was a proxy at one point?
Yeah, it was a proxy. I had it a proxy for Greninja, and then I was thinking about how I could knock out Raichus, and I read it again, and I saw that it didn't say basic, it just said water, and I'm like, that's it, it's going in the deck.
That's it, just straight up. I love it. Oh, hey, I love you, mate. You're bear. Okay, so we've got the promo Greninja. Is that the Detective Pikachu one?
Yes.
I'm guessing that's just for Shred, right? I imagine.
Yeah, so it's just for Obstagoon and I guess Tag Purge as an extension. I actually used it as its attack a lot for when I couldn't get Vileplume in the discard. Just having a 2 energy attack to knock things out is very good.
Yeah.
But it just makes Obstagoon an auto win, because you use Altered Creation and then you just announce Miss Slash 3 times and you one-shot Obstagoons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you one-shot them as well. Jeez.
For 2 prizes as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a better. Did you play against many Obstagoons in Perth? Or?
I played 1 Obstagoon at the IC, not at Perth. But my reasoning, at least going into the IC in this tournament, is that if you play against 1 Obstagoon and you get an auto win out of it, that 1 card in your deck was worth it.
Yeah, no, that's true.
There's 3 match points.
And that is a proper auto win as well. Like, because I've played mostly ADP, and you think you're taking 2 prizes. That's the only reason this game is still relatively salvageable. Because you can just gust around it. And you're just like, right, I'm taking 2 prizes, and I'm just one-shotting you. You're like, oh. Like what? Like, oh boy. Now here's one. Henry, I'm gonna love this. Oh, Flygon-GX. Okay, I love it. I actually got rodded by this when I was recording. I can't remember what deck I was playing, but I got rodded, so I do know how hard this thing can hit. So yeah, talk to us about Flygon.
It's another Pokemon like Vileplume, which just has absurd damage for its energy cost.
Yeah.
So 80 per energy is just nuts. And it just, like, especially after Altered Creation, you're suddenly doing 270.
Yeah, wow, I forgot about that.
Which is insane. And with Zigzagoon, you're doing 280, you knock out ADP. It knocks out Pikarom, it knocks out Zacian. With the Zigzagoon, it knocks them out even with a frying pan. So it just has so much damage. It hits so hard, and for, I guess, relatively low energy and low withdraw. So
yeah. It's and for anyone that doesn't know Flygon, don't blame you. It goes 3 fightings, Desert Hurricane 120. If there's a Stadium card in play, this attack does 120 more than discard Stadium. So similar to Primal Groudon, if anyone's around then. And yeah, that's strong. That's strong because you're not discarding energy. All you got to do is find Stadium. Hopefully you can bounce their Stadium as well, just to really add insult to injury. So yeah, and after that, okay, oh wow, I forgot. Oh my, that is strong. That is a big old slam. That is Jesus. Okay, we've got Indeedee-V. Yeah, so talk to us about
that. So the attack's really strong. It breaks through Tag Purge.
Yeah.
You can one-shot Alolan Raichus if they have a lot of energy on them. Just anything.
Okay.
And also the biggest thing is that you play Rainbow Energy and the damage is really bad. So Indeedee will let you heal off the damage from that.
Okay, yeah.
And it also heal off little random shrine damage and things, especially stopping Shadow Box as well.
Oh yeah, turn off Shadow Box. And I guess against other Mewtwo's as well, you can use that to slam them as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So against Mewtwo Malamar, you Soul Burst to the Indeedee so that they can't Tag Purge you.
Yeah, see. There we go. Look, this is, I love it. I love getting all the nuances and I missed out one there on the GXs. I apologise. And this is arguably the one that everyone wants to know about the most. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Alolan Raticate-GX. So yeah, apart from the ADP match that you said, killing the Jirachis for game, is there any other uses for your Alolan Raticate?
Yeah, there's a lot. Against Mill, obviously you alter creation and then you just keep Shining Vine, Mewtwo. If they've hit all your energy with Crushing Hammer, you just use Chuck Away for no energy. Any matchup that you alter creation, it's very strong. Yeah. And also with Zigzagoon, even without alter creation, you can knock out Jirachis. So. Yeah,
that is... I love it. The more I'm hearing you talk, I really want to try this out now. Like, I really want to play this deck. Like, okay. We talked about Xerneas Prism. Any other uses apart from slamming into ADPs and making them regret their life?
I won a game in top 8 by... I had one energy on a Venus Snivy, one on a Mewtwo, and I attached a Venus Snivy, brought up the Dene, then switched into Xerneas, dragged all the energy off. Yeah, knockout? I think it wasn't on a Mewtwo, it was on something else. But yeah, so dragged the energy off, knocked it out, all good. Yeah, it's just kind of mainly for ADP, but you can get some uses out of a one-prize attacker sometimes.
Yeah, one-prize attacker that can take energy and does 190 after GX. Yeah, that's strong, to be fair. Yeah, that's a big old hit. And it's got 160 as well. That's not just like a dink it and it's out the way like a baby clown. You're going to have to actually like work for that KO. So yeah, that's good. I love that. Xerneas Prism. We've got the Wobbuffet. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be the anti-Prism one, all right? Okay, what was this targeting? This Wobbuffet?
This was targeting Pikachu Zekrom only. I guess it has uses against Reshizard, but the main thing that I was finding is that if I went first against Pika and then they full blitzed me turn 1, I would lose. Like, it was very, very difficult to come back from that because the deck has very little comeback potential, given how kind of finely tuned the game plans are. And so I thought, okay, we already play Chaotic Swell. If I can just put down Wob, put down Swell, they shouldn't be able to do anything for a while and give me some time.
That's fair, yeah, that's good. Love that. Or cheeky Wob. And we got the Zigzagoon. I actually think someone this might have been a question. Let me just quickly check. I'm sure it was. Where are you? Where are you, fella, that commented? No, not you. Was you at the bottom one? So this is a great video here, guys. Nothing but professionalism at the Slowpoke Well. There it is. Chris Borum. Thank you so much, Chris, for your question. Why the Zigzagoon? Is it just for the 10 damage? Now, I assume it's going to be yes. So, building on that, was it a specific max fixer in certain matchups, or...?
It helps Flygon reach 280 after Alter Creation, which knocks out ADP. It helps Raticate reach Frying Pan Jirachis. It helps Raticate reach Baby Blacephalon. It helps Raticate reach Jirachi before ADP. It helps reach 190 with Vileplume for Victini, for Heatran. Just a whole lot of things. Actually, it helps reach Zacian with a Frying Pan without using Alter Creation for Flygon.
Okay, so I guess in a lot of decks, I know some ADPs play Zigzagoon. Like, I played it for a bit, never really used it, but in this, that Zigzagoon's getting his value there, is he?
Absolutely, yeah.
Headbutt tantrum, love that. Give him the old cheeky headbutt, right? I guess as I'll talk about the list in general, moving on from there. Everything else seems quite good for research, obviously. One Cynthia Caitlin, we love that. Good highlight, obviously, when you're playing some of your special energy guys and stuff like WeGuard and Swell. We're going to lead that. Malolana, this is interesting. Was this fixing maths in certain matchups, or...?
It's largely just for the switch effect, honestly.
Okay.
Having an extra switch that's searchable is really nice. And then it actually counts as, I guess, 2 switch almost when you think about Cynthia Caitlin.
Yeah.
So
That's fair. Especially if you try and get utility from the Venusaur and Snivy as well. I imagine you're just trying to shift that guy back out the active. Yeah, sorry, mate. You've done your work now, back to the bench. 4 quick ball, 4 cherish. That's great. 4 switch, obviously. 3 tackle, 1 great catcher. 1 great catcher. Did you ever miss not having any other gust or?
No, you have Xerneas Snivy, so mostly it's fine.
Yeah,
just the 1 great catcher just adds some volatility to the deck, so.
And I guess with all the attackers you've got and the sea damage you can hit, it doesn't really matter what's in the active, guys. It's going to get nuked anyway. 1 air balloon, 1 big charm, and 3 swell. 1 big charm. Did you ever wish that could be a second? Like, I'd imagine having a second there could just be quite nice.
Yeah.
But...
Second's really good. Didn't have the space for it. Just kind of went for 1.
Yeah.
You can kind of manage your bench, and 1's enough. Especially when you have to play Stealthy Hood sometimes, the 1's fine.
Oh, yeah, fair. So that's a good point. Anyone that would be looking to take this deck moving forward to any events that Arsenal on, like maybe cups, maybe some random cups or whatever, would you advise them to change the deck?
I think I'd put in a shadow box now that it's on the radar, because I think that would be the straight up way people will try and counter it. That's probably the main change I can think of.
Hold on, me webcam. Let me just give that the old 1-2 again. Is that working now? I can't. Yeah, it is. Love the professionalism at Slowpoke. Well, we love it, guys. Okay, yeah. So putting in on what would you cut for the hood? Sorry.
Probably depends on your meta. So either cut the Greninja or the Wobbuffet would probably be the easiest 2 cuts.
Fair enough. And if I had to pick there, I'm probably keeping the Wobbuffet because Picarom's scary. I think you're more likely to run into Picarom than you are good. And instead, I don't know, the UK. I played in 1 cup. I hit 3 goons. Like, get out! What is this? 3 goons. Oh my lord, I've never played musical chairs so much in my life, Henry, let me tell you. Right, so we've gone through most of the off GXs there. Are there any others potentially that, like, let's say, have their uses but never quite made the deck? Are there any other sort of jokey / meme ones or even gimmick ones that you could run, or?
I guess if you're really, really worried about Malamar Mewtwo, you can play Zoro Ninja, because that just one-shots their Trevenant Iron Gengar Mimikyu. Other than that, I think these ones are probably the best. Okay.
I actually played against a guy online thinking about it, and he was playing like a crazy code Mewtwo version. And he played some of the off attackers you've got here, but he played a Machamp Marshadow. Did you ever consider that? That's got a flat 160 as well.
It's okay. It's okay against Pikachu, but I think the Wob's probably just a better counter. And I think value for off tag call is nice, but I think it's pretty fine as it is.
I just thought I'd drop that in there because that Machamp made me, it pushed, killed me, to be fair. Right, so we got Kieran Koch. Thank you very much for that question. Hope that answers your question. That was a good detail there. Okay, we got more. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. Much appreciated. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I try and put out as much stuff here as I can. Full deck profiles, plus games, topic conversational pieces regarding anything in the TCG. Check out my Twitter, check out my Facebook. That's where you get most of the updates, sort of see what's going on behind the scenes, all that good stuff. Also, check out the SoundCloud for the full bi-weekly podcast. If you're interested, if you like the conversational pieces, go